Hi guys, and welcome to another time on Yosi Kingdom, where we make your outstanding self ignite. As always, it's your girl Yosi, and if you're new to this platform, please ensure that you subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell to get notified when we release a new video. All right guys, let's get to the gist of the day, and that is that you should not leave your 9 to 5 job and enter entrepreneurship before watching this video. Honestly, watch this video to the very end and you'll be glad you did. If you're serious about entrepreneurship and you're thinking that I need to get into this entrepreneurship game, but you're still in your 9 to 5 and you're wondering, should I just leave? It's not just about your desire alone. You have to factor a lot of things. People always, see the videos of entrepreneurship, that is how you can be a true millionaire and billionaire. You can really make a lot of money, and you can do great things, and it's it opens a lot of doors for you. And because there's no cap on your salary, you can make so much, right? It's all nice and rosy as it's said, but people don't tell you the tough parts of it. So yeah, I'm here to give you the truths, and it's not just about the sweetness but also about the dark sides to it, so that you get ready, so that you look at the pros and cons, and not just the pros and cons but things to look out for, things to prepare before you just even move over to entrepreneurship. All right guys, so the first thing I need to say is, before you even move over to entrepreneurship, you have to look at what business you want to do and what you need to make in that business to be able to maintain the lifestyle that you want to maintain. It might mean that you might have to cut back on some things. Definitely, you might need to cut down on some things in your life, because maybe whatever you're making at that time will not be able to meet up with the salary that you were earning at the very moment that the business starts, but it might later build up there. So you need to think about what you actually need, and then you need to see, how many clients do I need that will be able to give me the money that I need to be able to fit my standard of living. That is apart from what you deduct from what you need to put back in your business. So you need to do the math. So when you have that picture of that, you now ask yourself, can I take the risk, and am I sure that I'm going to have that? Now, I would always advise that sometimes you might not necessarily need to leave your 9 to 5 altogether to start that business. You must be able to work really hard, and you need to start even learning the ability of juggling the two, because when you are doing entrepreneurship, you're actually going to work twice as hard as you do in your normal 9 to 5. Because when you first of all start, there's going to be a lot that you're going to be taking on. In your specific job, you're just doing maybe one particular type of job, but as an entrepreneur, you're going to be taking on many hats. You're going to probably be the graphic designer, the social media designer. You're going to be thinking about every single thing, the finance, the legals, everything. You're going to be thinking about everything. You're now the CEO, so you must know what is happening in every single aspect. So you're going to be wearing many hats, and sometimes, and in fact oftentimes, you don't have the capital to hire so many hands. Okay, so that means you might actually have to be doing the work of so many. So you might be working, in fact, 5 times as hard, probably round the clock. It happens. So you need to be mentally ready, and that means that even before you leave your 9 to 5, you can start taking on the job and juggling them together, simultaneously, trying to augment the things here and there. During your weekends, you work on some things, and then during the week, when you come back from work, you're able to work on exciting things and juggle it for a while, and get your business to be seen to an extent, and already have some clients first. So when you have some clients and you're seeing that, okay, your clientele is increasing, and the kind of money that you're making from the business is where you can start off without it really impacting your lifestyle so greatly, where you can at least take care of your needs. You can pay your rent, you can pay for your groceries, you can pay for little things, and still put money back into your business. Then okay, I'm ready to leave. If you just move blindly because you're vexed and you move blindly, then it's very possible that for months you might not make anything tangible, or even nothing at all. It's very possible that you may not have a client because your business is just starting. So people don't even trust you yet, because they don't want to be the first person to try things out. So it takes a while for people to even trust you enough for them to start using your services, and then for more people to come in. And that's why your first client sometimes might be your family, your friends, people that are close to you, and all of that. And it might not necessarily be, because one thing I've also, understood is that sometimes your business that you're running might not be the needs that your family and friends need at that particular time. They might not need your services. That's the truth, because it depends on the kind of service that you're rendering. So you cannot force them to use your services when they don't need it. So you might not really have your clients as your family members. That's the truth. So you have to be prepared that, okay, I need to first of all start gaining visibility for my business and have some steady clients before I move. So maybe you've done the calculations and then you realize that if I have 5 clients every month, then I'm able to take care of my needs and also put money back into the business. Then you start your business while you're still in your 9 to 5, and when you're now getting a steady 5 clients every month or even more, then okay, I can go fully and then put in more energy and more time and more of my efforts into it so I can double that. So don't just be in a haste to move out because you're itching to start that. And I know that some businesses might need a lot of your attention more, but I always feel that a lot of the times you can actually juggle that with your spare time. It just would mean that you're going to be working virtually round the clock, but that is in the early stages of your business. Will you be ready to do that, as opposed to risking not being able to take care of your needs and not having any income for months? Because truly it happens. In doing some of my businesses, I realized that I really did not have some income for months. It happens because I really went in straight. I needed to actually go in straight. At that point, I had no choice really. So I went in straight and I started doing the business like that. And there were some very down moments, and that thing can be quite downing. Or you might feel like, oh my God, I made a mistake. Oh, I need to throw in the towel. Oh, this is not working. This is not yielding me returns. You might feel like there's no point doing the business. And trust me, these phases do come. So when you're doing this business, when you're working, you realize that even when it's not bringing in income, you're at least getting money from your 9 to 5. So you're able to not feel so dejected until your business gets enough visibility and starts to grow. So usually the first period, like even the first couple of months, you might not make a loss. In fact, you might make losses. There's something called making a loss first and then breaking even later on. It happens. You have to be ready for that. So are you ready to take that? Then another thing is that if you want to go in fully, like you want to start the business when you can go in fully because it needs your total attention, then perhaps you might need to save up enough to take care of you when your business is not bringing in returns. So you need to save up enough, keep that as your plug so that you can put it into your business, and you can also invest it in yourself so it can take care of you during the early stages when you're not really making much, so that you keep afloat. But if you don't create that savings and you just dive in straight, then you're going to be picking from where you don't have, and truthfully you might not even have anywhere to pick from, and then you're now dead broke. So you don't want to get to that stage because it happens. So you have to be ready to, invest, save up. So maybe for the next 6 months of you still being in your 9 to 5, you are really saving up every single penny. Like you're saving up a whole lot because I need to invest in my business. And I really want to tell people to take loans like that. You have to be really careful, except you have been able to calculate it and you see that it is going to give you profit. I would always say that start your business first, gain some clientele, gain some traction, and then see what you really need to scale up before you now get a loan. Because sometimes you might have a particular vision for your business and the customers are saying something else. They want something else. Like I've had pictures for my business, I've given how I want the service to run and everything, and then what the clients were saying that they don't want that, they want something else. Even if what I was offering was looking all rosy and all everything, and I said they don't want that, they want something else. So I had to be able to listen to my clients and adjust. So sometimes you might have invested so much because you had the money to, so you're not pumping your money into something that doesn't work. But when you're able to run your business organically, and even with a little boost here and there, then you're able to know what works, and then you can now know where to pump your money to that will yield you the best return. So when you now get that loan, you can use the loan wisely, as opposed to using a loan for test running. It doesn't make any sense. Honestly, it doesn't. So try to grow your business to an extent before looking for a loan. because you could regret it. Because if you use up a loan, it's different from you using up your savings where nobody's going to come and hammer you. But if you're using up a loan, they're going to come for you. Okay, so you don't want that. So you have to, prepare. Don't just enter into it like that because you're bubbling with a lot of ideas. And another thing I want to advise people to do, honestly, is don't be too quick in hiring. It actually pays a lot to outsource certain things. You might not have the capital or the amount of clients to employ in-house workers for yourself to pay them every month. What about those months that you don't make any money? You still have to pay these people. But if you outsource and have your vendors, I call them vendors. These people are people that you have looked at, you have seen their works, you see that they have the kind of quality that you're looking for in different services that you render, because you cannot render everything. That if I have clients, these are the people that I meet to do X, Y, Z things for me that I need. So you only use their services when you have a client. Until when you're able to build a steady client base and okay, I usually have this amount of clients per month, so this can take care of having XYZ in-house staff, and then okay, it makes sense. Otherwise, you are better off having vendors. So let me use an example. Let's say you want to start a website development business, and you're just starting up. Okay, now you want to employ an in-house website designer, a full stack website designer. You want to employ a UI UX designer. You want to employ a graphic designer. You want to employ a social media designer to manage social media pages, and you don't even have a client, or you have very bare minimum clients. Okay, and so all of these bills are piling up. And what are the months where you don't have any client whatsoever? Because it happens. Like, these things happen. People don't tell you this, but it happens. What then happens then? You still have to pay that money. Now, in Nigeria, for example, you see that a very good website developer that is not maybe the top ranking, but at least good, you can pay like 400 500k in a month. Somebody that's a UI UX designer is earning like 300. So when you have 500 300, you have another 200 here, you have about 1 million. So you're not putting 1 million and you want to be having 1 million. Now the client that you have is just paying 300k or 500k, because you might have only one client, and there are months that you might not even have a client at all, and then you have to pay that 1 million naira, and so you are having a lot of money that you're picking from your pocket because your business is not making that much money. Now imagine you do an interview and you see certain developers, UI UX designers, graphic designers, and you say, I like your work, I like what you do, but we cannot employ you in-house now. But will you be open to doing this work freelance whenever we have a job? They agree to being your vendors. So whenever you have a job, you contact them and say, I have a job for you. And so they bill you on what the service exactly is that they're going to be rendering. It's going to cost you less. And then you add everything together, you bill your clients and all of that, and then you get your money back, and then you're still working on your business. Now, I'm talking about people that are starting businesses. I'm talking about the SMEs. Okay, so it's not everyone that has, investors and large amount of money to spend. Learn to grow with your business. Don't go and employ a lot of staff because you want to say, oh, I have a graphic designer, I have a this and that. You now employ staff. Don't just employ for the sake of saying, oh, I have 5 staff members, I have people under me. You want to be able to show your office. That leads to the next one about having an office. Sometimes your business might not need a physical office. Save yourself the rent and the electricity and the unnecessary payments that come with having a physical space. Save yourself all of that. Sometimes you might need just a very, very little space that somebody can just come to meet you for interviews. Don't now, because you want to make yourself look big and you want to show your family that I have a business I'm running, you now go and get a space so that you can say, see, this is my office. When no client comes to your office. Like, no client comes to your office. So what is the point? Or the clients that come, you're not making enough to warrant having that kind of cost. Why don't you start small and then grow? Your clients care about the service they are rendering more than just the office that they're going to see only once or never at all. So you weigh it and say, do I really need this space? If you're running a business that is digital, that is online, you really do not have a business having a physical business. Honestly, you really do not need that. Except if you have grown to a certain point where you have a lot of clients and maybe you need a physical office for a certain thing because clients come in. You might actually need a store rather than having an office. Let's say you're selling clothes. You might need a warehouse to keep your clothes, or a storeroom that you can keep your clothes where you're selling, or whatever you're selling your goods, as opposed to having an office. And that area might be your pickup area, or you might have another location for your pickup area, as opposed to you getting a proper store that you're going to pay a lot of dime for. So always look at these little things, the staff and then the office. These things cost money that go into the capital that you're supposed to be investing back in your business. If you save yourself of this little cash here and there, you can use that cash to actually push your business a lot more, so that you grow it to a larger extent, as opposed to employing a staff that will be earning, let's say, 40k. I rather pay that 40k into an advert that will make my business to be seen by more people, and I will get more clientele. Then when I have more clientele, I can now see the need for me to start having another staff that would maybe be able to help me to deal with the large amount of clients that I'm having. So grow with your business. Don't be in a haste to just start big. Don't be in a haste to show, this is my business, this is my office, this is my staff, this is my this thing, because you want to just look big. Think long term. A lot of people think short term. They just want to look big. Don't let peer pressure move you. Some people, you can see what they are. If you actually look into what they are doing in their business and the lifestyle that they are having, you can see that business is just a front. The money that is footing that their lifestyle is not this business. It's something else. So don't get carried away with what you see on social media. It might look all rosy, but it might not be. Oftentimes it's not as rosy as it seems. Some people are in a lot of debt because of trying to look big and trying to do big, because they just think that if I do it this way, I'll get a lot of returns. You might invest so much in it and might not get anything tangible, and then you're now in a lot of debt. The worst thing you can do to yourself is to incur too much debt. To incur debt at all, that's the worst thing you can do to yourself. Grow gradually, and you will love yourself for it, because you are looking at the long term. And then I talked about how to start your business in the previous video. Please check that out, because it has a lot of insights on how to actually get a lot of clients and make money, like real money, even with just your Instagram, without having an office space, without having too many things, just with your Instagram, how to make a lot of money from it. You will learn a lot from that video, so check it, and I'm going to put it here. Check it out. I don't want to talk about that here because I don't want to make this video too long. So I hope this video has been very insightful for you. If so, please ensure that you subscribe to this channel and that you click the notification bell to get notified when we release a new video. And of course, like this video and share with your friends and family, so that we can join the Yosi Kingdom, where we make your outstanding self ignite. I'd love to see you in the next video. Until then, we can hang out on our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Love you all and have a great day. Bye.